Hey wonderful humans, how are we all doing today? I know it's been a while. It's been I think 2 months since I made my last video, and well, that's because, like I said, life sometimes happens and it gets in the way. But I'm back and I'm ready to try and continue making these videos and giving you my little Taga talks, my little singing videos, my monologue videos, and keeping updated what it's like to have Crohn's. But with this week's video, I'm going to be talking about men of colour, well, British men of colour in the film and TV industry, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about ITV and the stuff they're putting out there at the moment. So this is following on from my second episode of Taga Talk, where I was talking about British women of colour in the film and TV industry. So this time I decided, hey, there's two genders, let's do men. And last time I spoke about the BBC and how little content they had when it came to diversity. And this time I'm going to be talking about ITV, where, oh my god guys, it's even worse. Like, I literally couldn't believe it when I was doing my research into it. So, when looking into the British men of colour in our film and TV industry currently, surprisingly there was actually less well-known names than there were for the women. Obviously we have Idris Elba, because he's just the main sort of guy representing the black British community for the gents right now. We also have Chiwetel Ejiofor. If you're trying to put a face to a name, he stars in 12 Years a Slave and Doctor Strange. We also have Lenny James. And yet again, if you're trying to put a face to a name, he is most famous for the first season of Line and Duty and starring in The Walking Dead as well. So those three gents are the sort of older generation that are representing black British males in film and TV right now. From my generation, millennials, whatever you want to call us, we have John Boyega and Daniel Kaluuya. They've appeared in some amazing films recently, like Star Wars, Black Panther, Get Out. Like, come on, these guys are great. But like I've said with the women, like, there needs to be more. But one thing I've noticed, which is quite funny, again, comparing it to the women, it's kind of flipped. Most of the gents that I've listed off are very dark-skinned. Not that there's a problem with that, obviously. We love our dark-skinned boys, but where are the light-skinned boys at? Whereas with the women, it was mostly the light-skinned women were making it more onto the screens rather than the dark-skinned women. So I'm a little bit confused to how, you know, producers and film directors and writers are trying to represent us, because right now it's a bit all over the place. Like, come on, we need every kind of shade out there, men, women, no matter, just, you know, tick all the different shades of brown off, please, because it's just a little bit ridiculous. In my personal opinion. Also in this video, I want to give a shout out to my friend Jonathan, my Nigerian brother. We went to secondary school together and he's currently out there smashing it. He's not in the heights of fame as the rest of these guys I've mentioned, but everyone will know his name soon. Jonathan Ajayi. He currently was starring in the Noughts and Crosses show on the BBC. He's appearing in Wonder Woman 1984, which I am so jealous and so proud of and cannot wait to see. And he's bloody smashed it at the National and the Three Sisters earlier this year. Like, just a big shout out to him because he's really inspiring and I literally can't wait to see where he goes next. And he's another person that's representing, and like I said, we need more. Like 100% we need more. We need more black actors, black writers, black directors, black producers. Because seriously, we need you. Like, the industry needs you. Because moving on from this, I want to talk about ITV. ITV. So ITV, Like with the BBC, I went online and did a bit of research to see what they are currently showing on TV. So what I found was shocking because there's nothing, like absolutely nothing starring black people on ITV. I mean, yeah, there's probably black people in the shows, but lead casting roles, no, there's nothing. Apart from maybe this one sketch show, but it's basically based about a Nigerian doctor who's an asylum seeker and ends up making friends with this middle-aged woman who runs a cafe. And I don't know, it's probably a good show, it's probably funny, but it's kind of like all laugh at the funny African guy with the accent, and like it's just so stereotypical that it kind of hurts, you know? I mean, ITV, they're trying to do good things now, considering the whole Black Lives Matter movement. They are bringing out, or have brought out, I'm not too sure, some 4 short stories on racism and people of colour, which is great that they are doing that and that they have done that. And, you know, thank you, ITV, for doing that, but it's not enough. You can't just bring out 4 short stories to, you know, support a Black Lives Matter movement when on your network you have absolutely no starring roles for people of colour. The only time we ever get some kind of attention to our story and our history and our culture is when it's like a mini-series or a special. Like on the BBC they had a series of monologues called The Windrush Chronicles, which I did a monologue of. Catch it in my YouTube channel. The BBC did another one to do with the Windrush generation, of how recently the whole Windrush scandal back in 2018, I think it was. And I remember watching that during lockdown with my flatmate and her family, and it was pretty amazing and so shocking to how the British government treated those people like they were criminals and just didn't deserve to be in this country that has been their home for their whole life. But that's a whole other issue I can talk about in another video. But that's my point is that it's always a special, or, you know, there's nothing continuous coming out, you know. Well, that's where I'm going to leave it for now, because like I say many times, I could talk for hours. But I'm going to leave it there because I'm trying to keep these videos short and sweet. I'm finding it really hard because I love to talk, but I really don't want people to lose interest in me. So try not to lose interest, because I have interesting things to say. Well, I like to think so anyway. But thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to share, like, subscribe, follow, all that social media bullcrap, and, you know, I will see you next week.